Hi guys, I'm Shandor, welcome to my cinema. Today I'm going back to the works of the amazing Bette Davis and I'm gonna watch his 1941 drama, The Little Foxes. Bette Davis never ceases to amaze me, whether she is the antagonist or the protagonist, it doesn't really matter, she's just absolutely amazing. I think she's gonna play the villain in this movie, which is absolutely fine by me. Other than that, I really don't know anything about this movie, so let's check it out. Here comes The Little Foxes. 3, 2, 1. Stage success? Was this a theater play? Apparently it was. Take us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. Song of Solomon. Okay. Little foxes have lived in all times in all places. This family happened to live in the deep south in the year 1900. Is that Louisiana? That was a nice swipe. The music is so playful. Planters Trust Company.
Morrison, what does your papa write to from Baltimore?
He writes that he feels better, Harold.
Tell him don't worry about the praise. I'm keeping his name fine and clean.
Thanks, I will.
She says your petticoats are ready to be fitted, and she said you were getting older, and I shouldn't say petticoats to you, I should say underskirts, else keep still.
You don't like anybody in my family.
Oh, yes, I do. There's one person I might
I wonder who that is.
Yes?
It's David.
It's your
Oh,
papa.
okay.
Don't you laugh at him, Eddie. He's beneath notice.
Okay, apparently it's a pretty thriving community. Everyone seems to be happy.
I can play the whole thing, except the middle. Or couldn't we skip the middle? Maybe Mr. Marshall wouldn't know.
No, we couldn't. I'll come down and play it right through for you. You wait now.
Hey there!
Oh, poor girl.
And all of you, stop that vulgar shouting out of windows.
Morning, Rosita.
Oh.
Really, Ben, you look very silly in your nightgown. You shouldn't show yourself.
That's why I never got married. I shall dress and come over and have my breakfast with you and Alexandra.
No, don't. I hate conversation before I've had something hot.
There she is. There she is.
Bertie, it was very pleasant to Mr. Marshall at dinner.
Of course, Oscar.
No need to say too much.
Who's this Mr. Marshall?
Remember that, Leo.
Yes, sir? Oh, I heard you, sir. Good names are always useful.
Honestly, the movie did a great job at introducing us to the characters, you know? It felt so natural.
You can do one thing, Leo. Yes, sir? What's that? Try keeping awake all day.
Our leading citizen, Mr. Benjamin Hubbard, will confer this evening with Mr. William Marshall of Chicago about the building of a cotton mill here.
I see.
The real one is our justly renowned average wage, which ranks as the lowest in the country.
Aha.
Will anybody think I'm pretty now?
Oh, someday some fool of a man will, I reckon. There's always somebody for somebody.
Yeah, well, not quite, but yeah.
Well, it's very remarkable to me how you Southern aristocrats have kept together, kept what belonged to you.
We're not aristocrats. Our brother's wife is the only one who is.
He was a fine soldier, Mr. Marshall. A fine man.
Yes.
Yes, Bertie, certainly. A famous soldier.
That's not the tale I'm telling, Mr. Marshall, Bertie. Our grandfather and our father learned the new ways, learned to make 'em pay. They were in trade. Others, like Bertie's family, looked down on 'em.
You are boring, Mr. Marshall, with his ancient family tales.
Well, I hope not. I'm just trying to make an important point for our future business partner.
Then what am I doing?
You've had too much wine. Get yourself in hand and stop acting like a fool.
That's harsh, honestly. I don't feel like she did anything wrong. Okay, it seems like not everybody is on the same page in this family. I mean, typical. Yeah, their faces. Oh, is she like a matriarch? Just one look and he shut up.
Hubbard, Sons, and Marshall, cotton mills, and to it, a long and prosperous life.
Hubbard, Sons, and Marshall.
That was a pretty good toast.
I'm going to Chicago.
Really, Regina?
Yes, I'm going to live there. I'm going to take Alexandra with me.
How come?
And I'll give big parties for her and see that she meets the best people and the right young men, too.
What a beautiful shot.
You shall come to Chicago to visit us.
Not too often, of course.
Okay. I was only
Very well, we
saying
all
what
heard you.
I
I'm waiting for you and Bertie to finish. 4 conversations are 3 too many.
That's a great line.
Well, then you also know that the contracts will be signed this week, and Marshall will want to see our money soon after. Now, Oscar and I are ready with our 2/3 of the money. But your third, Horace's, I mean, doesn't seem to be here.
You've written him, Ben's written him, we've all written him. He answers, but there's never a word about whether he's going into this or not.
You do not want control to go out of the family. That right, Ben?
That's cynical.
But it makes sense.
But cynicism's an unpleasant way of telling the truth.
Yep. Wow. Wow.
Well, of course he wants to come home. Just can't move around with heart trouble at any moment you choose.
Regina's saying Horace wants more than 1/3 of our share.
It's only put up 1/3 of the money. You put up 1/3, you get 1/3. What else could he expect, Regina?
It would seem if you put up 1/3, you'd get 1/3. And yet again, there's no law about it, is there?
So you believe Horace is deliberately holding out? Well, I don't.
I kind of feel like it's not Horace. I kind of feel like it's Regina.
Where would this larger share be coming from?
I don't know about things like this. Maybe it could come off your share, Oscar.
What kind of talk is this?
Oscar, you should know me well enough by now to know I don't ask for things I don't think I can get.
I don't believe you can even get Horace to come home.
Oh, I can get him home. I will send Alexandra to Baltimore. She will tell her father that she wants him to come home. Twice what you offered.
Oh, you won't get it.
I think you're going
Greedy.
crazy.
Now, I don't want to fight, Ben.
I don't either, Regina. I'll give Horace 40% instead of the 33 1/3 he really should get, provided he's home and his money is up within 2 weeks. How's that?
Fair.
All right.
I've asked before. Where's this extra share coming from?
Yeah, true.
From you. From your share.
Oh, so that's what it was.
You're going to Baltimore in the morning to bring your father home.
Oh, Mama. Oh, Eddie, Papa's coming back. We're going to bring him home.
Almost old enough to get married. Hey, son? Huh? Old enough to get married, you're thinking, huh?
What's the matter?
You're not going to marry Leo.
Leo.
Leo, I couldn't even stand to think of such a thing. Don't you understand? They'll make...
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
They'll make...
Oh, that's foolish, Aunt Bertie. I'm grown up. Nobody can make me do anything.
That's what you think.
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, poor birdie. You know, that looks at everything. Yeah. What the fuck?
Now, you go to bed. Nothing happened. I only twisted my ankle.
I'm coming, Mama.
That was disgusting. I like Birdie actually. She's really nice. Amazing shot.
Don't talk to nobody on the train. And don't get off the train more than you have to.
Just like my mom.
Cal, stop, Miss Hewitt's a minute.
I
I
miss
want
her.
to ask about my new dress.
Mr. Davis!
I'm coming to the depot with you to see you
No,
all.
you don't. You ain't dressed.
That's right.
Cal, you get this carriage going. Get out of here. Get going. Hurry up. Get going. Oh,
Get off at stations. Take a walk around. Talk to people.
But I just been telling her not to talk to nobody.
You'll talk to people. Go to the coaches. Talk to everybody. It'll do you good.
He's right actually.
Now, talk to him. He looks nice. Find out what he thinks, where he comes from, what he's all about. Find out everything he thinks.
Hey, there's some really cute humor in this movie so far.
I said I'm going to miss you.
They like each other.
What? I said I'm... Oh, nothing.
Cal, what happened?
They ain't on the train.
They must have been on the train.
No, they wasn't. I looked and I looked.
There's no other train tonight.
What do you think happened to them?
They probably stopped off somewhere. They'll be along. Addie, put that on.
I'm sensing trouble.
I'm a natural worrier, especially when I'm getting ready to close a business deal.
Oh yeah.
And one of my partners remains silent and invisible.
Oh yeah.
Father must have rest and quiet.
Okay.
Come and help
They're
my father out
okay.
of Paris.
Okay, that's good.
My, she's turned out to be a mother's daughter.
Oh yeah.
This is Miss Julia Jordan, son. Miss Alexandra Giddens.
Well, I'm mighty glad to meet you, Miss Giddens.
She's
Miss
mad.
Giddens, Julia. It's not entirely her fault. She comes from a bad-mannered family.
Yeah, she likes him.
No, now, for all his fine talk, he's out there in the dining room with one of those girls.
One of what girls?
Yeah.
She's got powder on her nose. And he's with her.
And does it concern you, Zen?
Clearly.
Of course it doesn't. You can just bet it doesn't. Then I walked away.
Did you, Zen? That was very virtuous of you.
Yeah, he was.
What should I do, Papa?
You'll have to decide for yourself, Zen.
I like her father. Seems to have some nice wisdom.
Well, I still don't approve of your conduct.
Very well, I'll make a note of it.
Go back and tell your friend to wash her face.
Union Pacific bonds sitting right in the safe deposit box. All you got to do is open the box.
Yeah. Had those bonds for 15 years.
The things in that box. There's all those bonds looking mighty fine. And then right next to them is a baby shoe of Zen. And nobody believed this.
That's weird.
A piece of an old violin. Not even a whole violin, just a piece of an old thing.
How do you know what's in the box, son?
Yup.
Many great men have made their fortune with their eyes.
That's true.
Did you open the box?
I think he did.
You can bet if I had those bonds, I'd watch them like...
If you had them. If you had them, then you could have a share in the mill, you and me. A fine big share, too.
Oh. Oh. That's a problem.
Anyway, this is only April. If he doesn't look at the bonds till fall, he wouldn't even miss them out the box.
Oh. I see what he's doing.
Well, people ought to help other people.
You call that help. I call it thievery.
They're here, Miss Regina.
Yes, Bill.
Isn't she
Hurry up.
gorgeous in that
Yes.
dress?
Special medicine. Only if he feels very bad. Careful, Addie.
Since when I ain't old enough to hold a bottle of medicine? You feel all right, Mr. Horace?
He says he feels all right, but he doesn't. The trip was very hard on him. He's got to go right to bed. Help me, Addie.
Before I see anybody else, thank you, Annie. I want to know why Zan came to fetch me.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Zanny, she gonna marry Mr. Leo in a little while.
Oh, no. She's not.
What are you talking about?
That's right. That's the talk.
What's the talk?
I'm telling you, there's gonna be a wedding over my dead body, days.
I like her, too.
I was thinking about us.
About us. About you and me. After all these years. Well, you shall tell me everything you thought. Someday.
Harsh.
Of course, I have no intention of allowing any such arrangement.
Neither have I, so you better put it out of Oscar's head immediately. You know what I think of Leo.
But Horace, there's no need to talk about it now.
There's no need to talk about it ever. Not as long as I live.
I hope it's not foreshadowing.
Oscar?
Well, it sure is good to see you, Horace. You're looking tip-top. Yes, sir, tip-top.
Horace,
Bertie.
I just found out you were back. Oh, Horace, you don't look well. No, you don't. Well, I'm sorry, Oscar.
Yeah, poor Birdie. She's the cutest.
Horace has done Hubbard some many a good turn. Why shouldn't I be anxious to help him now?
Oh, help him. Help him when you need him. That's what you mean.
God, such greedy bastards.
Water.
Water?
Oh, I'm sorry. I will.
Yeah, they don't even care if Eliza dies, I think. It's all about just the money.
Horace, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that was the reason why.
I think you did mean it.
Yes?
And that makes me very sad.
No wonder. It would make me sad. This movie kind of makes me sad, you know, because it takes place in 1900. What has changed?
I left from Marshall this morning. Rather an urgent letter.
He says this thing's got to be closed the end of the week.
And that means Oscar's got to leave for Chicago tomorrow. So it turns out we're in a little more of a hurry than you thought we were.
We got to know tonight whether you and Horace are coming in with us.
You take one step, and then you take another. After a while, you find out you're walking all by yourself. I could explain them to you, Zan, but you wouldn't like me if I did. Now, you've got to find them out for yourself.
Well, it's just human nature. That's what's happening.
This $75,000 will get you $1 million.
Yes, Horace, it will. It will.
The wages has got to be cheaper than Massachusetts, Marshall says to me, and that averages $8 a week.
So you bought the water from the governor. It was his to sell.
Who wouldn't give his right arm for just $3 silver every week? Huh, Horace?
No, they'll take less than that when you get around to playing them off against each other.
Millions for us, too.
Us? You and me? I don't think so.
Yeah.
You got enough money, Regina. We'll just sit by and watch the boys grow rich.
Mm-hmm.
If you're disappointed, Regina, I'm sorry, but I must do what I think best. Now, good night.
Yeah, he's the only one reasonable.
Leo's got a friend. Leo's friend owns $90,000 worth of Union Pacific bonds.
A friend.
Would your friend be wanting the bonds back?
Why, I don't know. He told me he won't look at them till fall.
We're lucky, Oscar.
Are you, though?
We'll take the loan from Leo's friend. I think he'll make a safer partner than our sister.
That'd make me a partner.
Partner, why, you little...
Oh, I didn't mean just that. I was only gonna say what...
Go on, you got work to do.
Shady bastards. You know what? It feels like I'm watching a soap opera. A really long episode of a soap opera.
David.
I hate soap operas. But this is really entertaining.
Good night, Sandy.
The characters are so well written and fleshed out, you know?
How can you treat Papa like this? He's sick. He's very sick. Don't you know that?
Mind your business, Sam.
This is my business. It's my business to stop what's wrong.
Don't you dare speak to me like this.
I forgot to tell you. Oscar's going to Chicago tomorrow, just as we planned, so we can't be here for our usual Friday night supper. He's going on to deliver the money to Marshall.
Yeah. Bette Davis is going to be left out of it.
The great day when you and Ben cross swords. I've been waiting for it for years. So they found out they don't need you. So you'll not have your millions after all.
Yeah.
You hate to think I'm going to be alive and have what I want.
You'd think that was my reason. I'm sick of you. Sick of this house, sick of my unhappy life with you. I'm sick of your brothers and their dirty tricks to make a dime.
Yeah.
You'll wreck the town, you and your brothers. You'll wreck the country, you and your kind, if they let you. And I'll do it without making the world any worse. I leave that to you.
Wow.
I hope you die.
Wow.
I
Burn.
hope you die soon.
Mama, don't.
I'll be waiting for you to die.
Don't.
Cold. Cold. Well, yeah, I mean, Bette Davis is a villain in this movie, but not any less than Ben or Oscar, you know?
You never like to think about things, do you, Sam?
There you go again.
Always want somebody else to do your thinking for you.
In a way, yes.
If you can find some place where they pay wages for talking silly, you could make a fortune.
Mama used to give it to me when I was a little girl. For hiccups. You know, I don't think people get hiccups anymore.
Oh, they do.
A big party, a lovely dress from Mr. Worth in Paris, France. That was the first day I ever saw Oscar Hubbard. And my brother, to tease Mama, said Mama didn't like the Hubbards and wouldn't invite them to the party because they kept a store. Who made their money charging awful interest to poor ignorant colored folks and cheating them on what they bought.
Oh.
She was very angry, Mama was.
Oh. Is that what they did?
Well, there's people that eats up the whole earth and all the people on it.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the Bible with the locusts.
Oh, yeah.
Then there's people that stand around and watch them do it.
Yes. Holy crap.
I don't like Leo.
Wow.
My very own son.
Wow, that's a brutal thing to say.
I guess I even like Oscar more than I like Leo.
Holy
Why
crap.
did you marry Uncle Oscar? I thought I liked him, and he was so kind to me then, and I thought it was because he liked me too.
Oh, no.
But the cotton on Lionet's fields was better.
Uh-huh.
Ben Hubbard wanted the cotton, and Oscar Hubbard married it for him.
Yeah.
I've never had a headache in my life. And you know it as well as I do.
Yeah. She's just speaking the truth.
All by myself, in my own room, by myself. I drink.
Love you always.
Oh, don't love me. Because in 20 years you'll just be like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the same things to you.
Holy shit, she's spilling facts.
Come on, now we'll go home.
That's a freaking fantastic scene, honestly. This is freaking tragic, you know? Birdie's so cute and nice. But I mean, saying that you don't like your own son, I mean, that's brutal.
Mr. Horace, I sure is glad to see you back again, sir.
Oh.
Glad to see you back with us again.
Thank you. How's the family?
Oh, he's gonna check his bonds.
Don't nobody never think up no new words.
Leo, you're in deep shit, and you deserve it. Along with your father.
What are you talking about? We haven't got a crop lead, we've got a chattel mortgage. Bert's made all the payments so far, the note will be amortized in 60 days.
Yes, son.
Oh, not suspicious at all, huh?
When was the last time you opened this box, Sam?
About 3 weeks ago to clip the coupons. Why, anything wrong?
No,
Yes.
I think I'll go home now, Sam. And I'll take the box with me.
That Mr. Leo, acting mighty sweet, like his mouth filled with melting butter.
Yeah.
Go on, Cal.
Now I gotta be starting all over again.
Ah, poor Cal.
Mr. Horace, he say for you to be taking the evening train for Mobile and be toting back with you Judge Saul Fowler, his attorney-at-law, and then you gotta fetch him to our house tomorrow. Kind of short message, ain't it? Appears like to me if you got a message, it ought to have more words.
I love the dialogue.
I'm in love with her, I guess. I mean, I'm not guessing. I mean, I know I am, Mr. Horace. Never said those words before. I didn't realize they'd be so hard to say.
Well, everybody could tell.
I didn't like people to interfere with me when I was young.
Fair.
Still don't like them interfering.
Yeah, who
I
does?
do think Alexandra is a little young to be courted by David.
No.
I haven't been doing that, Miss Giddens.
I'm glad to hear that, David.
But if and when I do, I shall not care whether you like it or not.
Cool. That was cool.
Well, you're one of the people who bore me. I'm getting too old to want to be bored.
Wow, the lines in this movie. Seriously. You know what? I'm gonna have to remember this. You bore me, and I'm too old to be bored by you. Wow. I'm getting too old to be bored. Okay. What a line.
When did you change your mind?
He didn't.
I didn't change my mind.
Exactly.
I didn't invest the money. It was invested for me. Those bonds are negotiable as money, and they're gone.
And I don't think he blames her for it.
Today, because I decided to do something, I opened the box and...
Do you think I'm crazy enough to believe what you're saying?
You don't believe me, that's good.
Where did they go?
To Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I should guess that at this minute they're with Mr. Marshall. But you will remember that Oscar made a sudden departure for Chicago after you and Ben had your great fight.
Yes.
Well, he took with him the bonds that his son Leo had stolen for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let him keep the bonds as a loan from you.
What?
A loan, Regina, not an investment. An investment would mean a share of the profits. A loan is simply returned.
Yeah. Yeah?
You would do that.
Yes, for once in your life, I'm tying your hands. There's nothing for you to do.
Wow. Power struggle.
In the meantime, Ben and Oscar will return the bonds, I'm sure. And they're very grateful to you.
Yeah.
And that will be the end of that.
Okay. I see.
I was lonely for all the things I wasn't going to get.
I see what you mean.
Everybody was so busy at home and so little place for what I wanted. And Papa died, and Ben and Oscar all the money.
So you married me.
Yes. You were so kind and understanding when I didn't want you near me. The lies and excuses I used to make to you.
Is he gonna
you
die?
You believed them. Didn't think about it much. If I had, I'd have known you'd die before I did.
She's an OG gold digger. Is he gonna die? I don't want him to die. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, the bottle. Please, upstairs, in my room, in the drawer.
Oh no, she's not gonna get it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Cold. Because then she can control the narrative. Wow. She knows what she's doing. Wow. That's freaking dark. Cause yeah, now he's not gonna be able to say that he loaned the money, right?
Eddie! Cal, come here!
Wow, she's disgusting.
Just a matter of a little while.
Yeah.
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah. I know the feeling. It's the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Maybe he's told Regina. Maybe. Yes, maybe, and maybe he hasn't. They weren't on such pretty terms. If she don't know about it, it may work out all right.
Horace told me about the bonds this afternoon.
The bonds? Well, what do you mean, what bonds? Union Pacific bonds? Horace's Union Pacific bonds?
Told me that Leo had stolen the bonds. Then he said he was going to pretend that he had lent them to you. It's a present from me.
Can all be adjusted. Why, things aren't as bad as you
So
seem.
you at least are willing to admit the bonds were stolen.
I admit no such thing.
But Dr. Sloan doesn't think Horace is going to live.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, I want 75% of the business in exchange for the bonds.
Wow.
You tell Sloan that we're bringing Dr. Morris.
Yes, Ben, I'll tell him.
Yes, you happen to like him, and he happens to have a rich daughter, so you happen to be hanging around.
I would totally punch him. Okay, cool. Go. Bitch slapping. Cool. Yep. Okay. Man, this is sad. And her mom let it happen.
This I have not said. If I don't get what I want, I'll put all of you in jail.
I will deny that we
Deny
ever...
your heads off. What jury would believe you? I don't think you could find 12 men in this state you ever
Santa's in the
cheated and paid
background.
you for it.
What kind of talk is this? You couldn't do a thing like that. We're your own brothers.
Did you love him, Uncle Oscar?
Nah.
Did you love him, Uncle Ben?
Nah.
And you, Mama? Did you love him too?
Nope.
What was Papa doing on the staircase?
Go and rest, Alexandra. All right, then. I take it that's settled, and I get what I asked for.
Are you going to let her do this?
You know, you boys are sort of working for me from now on.
Wow. This wouldn't fly in real life, I think.
The world's open for people like you and me.
True.
There's thousands of us all over the world.
That's so true.
We'll own this country someday. They won't try to stop us.
Man, that's exactly what happened.
I'm going to get you the world I always wanted.
I don't want the world, Mama.
Exactly, I knew
I'm
it.
not going to Chicago with you.
Yep.
I'm going away from you. Because I want to.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
know Papa would want me to.
Oh, yeah.
And if I say no?
Say it, Mama. Say it and see what happens.
Alexandra, I've come to the end of my rope. Somewhere there's got to be what I want to. Life goes too fast. We don't have to be bad friends, Anne. I don't want us to be bad friends.
Too late.
Are you afraid?
Wow. I'm guessing this is the ending. This is really, really strong and impactful, you know? I mean, she got what she wanted, right? In a way. Yet at the same time, she lost everything if you really think about it. No husband, no child. What a shot, seriously. Oh, and the music. That's not a win for her. Well, guys, this was The Little Foxes. Alright, you know what? I have to say, I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. You know, as I was watching the movie, I mentioned this during my watch, but it felt like I was watching a soap opera, you know? But a really good one at that, which is, I don't think a good soap opera actually exists, you know? But it felt like a, how should I say? Yeah, a melodrama or something, you know? But at the same time, as the movie went on, thanks to the great characters, you know, every character is so well written, the fantastic dialogue, the humor, and just, you know, the underlying psychology of all this. I thought this was fascinating, honestly. I think the acting was absolutely incredible. I really don't need to praise Bette Davis more than, you know, I ever have, but she was fantastic. Everybody was freaking fantastic in this movie, you know? So good! I'm so surprised, because if you really think about it, not a lot happens in this movie. And at the same time, so many things happen in this movie. It's really interesting and subtle. And at the same time, this movie kind of made me sad, you know, because it's a great character study. And it says so much about human nature, you know? I love the analogy that there are people who ate this earth, and there were people who just watched it and let it happen. And then, in the end, when Ben said that, you know, one day we're going to have this country, or this earth, I can't remember if he was talking about America specifically. That's exactly what happened. Psychopaths rule this world, you know? I mean, in a way, it's really easy to trample on others, right? When you have no empathy. And actually, many psychopaths are millionaires for that exact same reason, you know. There are no friends in business, you know. But my God, how slimy and greedy were all of them. You know, I mean, the two brothers and the one sister. Crazy, incredible character study. I was so invested, which, again, I'm very surprised, you know, because at the same time, it did feel like a soap opera, but the characters were so good. And I'm so glad for, what was his name? Gosh, I already forgot his name. Let me check. Not Leo, not David, Horace. I'm so glad for Horace's presence in this movie. He was such a lovable character, as was Alexandra and David, and pretty much all the house crew, you know. Eddie was fantastic. Poor Birdie. Seriously. Poor Birdie, you know. That scene where she broke down, that was such a powerful scene in this movie, I think. I'm very, very surprised, actually, how much I enjoyed this, you know? Because when the movie started, I was like, I'm not so sure about this, you know? But the characters and the psychology of it and the humor just kept me so invested. I had a great time with this one. Guys, thank you so much for watching this movie together with me. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. And see you all next time at the cinema. Bye.